All right. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. This is Christal with From Christal XO, which actually is going through a brand change with Dear Alpha Female. Anyway, Happy New Year. I have missed being on here. I haven't talked to you guys in a while. But there's so much that's going to happen this season. We have Married at First Sight is back. Ready to Love is back. And we are throwing in a new show titled All the Single Ladies on OWN. Put a ring on it. It'll be back pretty soon. So there's a lot of content to be had. There's a lot of celebrations to have. I hope you guys are going to enjoy this format a little bit better. I'm going to be recapping all of these shows every week so that there's more engagement, more time to talk. And of course, having guests as I can. Welcome to the people that are joining now, making sure that we have guests to keep you guys updated, to keep you guys laughing and all that stuff. But right now, I want to bring in my guest for tonight's conversation on Married at First Sight Nashville. Now, the show actually, the first official episode is going to air tomorrow. So we'll be back to recap that. But right now, we're going to give our predictions on the cast. And I had to get my good girlfriend. She is an amazing journalist who can actually write her ass off. But she's also just good people. This is my good girlfriend. Please help me welcome Brenda Alexander to tonight's broadcast. Hey, girl.
Hi. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. How was your New Year up north in the cold?
It was eventful. So my family was here for Christmas, which was fun because last year I went back to Philadelphia for Christmas. So this year everyone came to me. And then for New Year's Eve, we were very tired.
Yeah.
We could barely stay up until 12, but we made it till about like 12:30ish, and by like 12:45 I was like, it's time for me to go to bed. So my sister was still here. She was out here talking to my man. I was like, I'm going in the room. Like, just text me when you get home.
Yeah.
But it was great.
That's a good, uneventful is good. You're with your boo. You had your family around. A great way to welcome in 2023. I'm here in Atlanta, and Atlanta is kind of off the chain right now. So we were tired also. Very tired. My son was here. He wasn't like trying to, he's 25. He wasn't trying to do like a watch TV together. He was like, So I think my husband gave me a kiss, and I probably at 12, and then I probably was asleep by 1.
Yeah, and it was a long day for me too. Like, we went to go see the Whitney Houston biopic.
Nice.
So we went to see that during the day, and then I went out to eat, and then my sister and I went grocery shopping. Like, so we didn't get back in until like 7 that night, and we still had to cook at our respective homes. It was just a lot. I was like, maybe we should have like done something a little bit different, like saw the movie the next day. But either way, it was good, and we were all together.
Yeah, I like seeing movies on holidays. It's like that was a tradition for us. I haven't seen the Whitney Houston biopic yet, but I'm definitely going to see it. I think I just was kind of like tired of the Whitney conversation because, I saw some headlines talking. I just want her to be able to rest in peace, peace. And also her family, because I can't imagine. It's like they're always trying to find more. But I definitely still want to see that. I am going to see Avatar and a few other things. But we got to get into, first of all, the news cycle has been crazy.
The news cycle has been eventful.
It has been eventful. I got to say, rest in peace to Gangsta Boo. She passed away like on New Year's, right? Which was
the first, I think.
Yes, very, very sad. Very young, at 43 years old. Again, life is just not promised. It was very just shocking. I just saw her on like the Celebrity Marriage Boot Camp show where her and her boyfriend were on there.
Wasn't she on Drink Champs not too long ago too?
She was on Drink Champs. She gave a great interview on Drink Champs. She did. And what's funny? And we're gonna get into MAFS. You guys, thank you so much for joining. Make sure you share this broadcast. We are back for the new year. Like I said, there's so much coming with programming. We are recapping Married at First Sight every week so we can keep up with this cast. We're also doing the same thing with Ready to Love and a new show that OWN has that's titled All the Single Ladies. And I love the fact that they're like going into detail on failed relationships. There's a lot for all of us to unpack. But right now we're getting ready to get into Married at First Sight. Just kind of recapping because it's the first. This is the first time I'm back with you guys after the top of the year. We mentioned Gangsta Boo passed away, but I thought it was very strange that a lot of people were posting their last conversations with her via text on social media. And I know we all grieve differently. To me, the clout chasing on social media is at an all-time high. And if you had a conversation with someone that passed away, I would hope that you're posting it out of sincerity and not out of, look, I'm close to the, I'm trying to get in on some of those likes and clicks. Like we're just in a weird place. So I hope that's not the case, but I saw quite a few people, at least 6 people I post, various people in the industry were showing how they had interacted with her on either in their DMs or text messages. And I just kind of thought that was in poor taste. What do you think about that?
I always think that that's disrespectful. I feel like celebrities are already public figures and they give so much of their lives publicly. So the least that the public can do, fans, media, is allow like their family to have that private moment.
Yeah.
And I just think that it's strange the way that people decide to grieve publicly with like videos and taking like photos and stuff, or recording funeral processions and burials. That's always been odd to me. I've never liked that. But
yeah, I think so too. I think so too. Like I said, to each his own. And I'm sure there are people that are doing it out of sincerity, but I just think, we just got to kind of get a hold and be respectful. Speaking of public figures in the public cycle, if you've been watching this channel, you guys may or may not know that in my former life, I was an entertainment publicist, and I don't really represent celebrities anymore. I had about 20 years of doing that, which was a lot of fun, but also a lot of work. But I still work with Chilli and T-Boss from TLC. And today, Chilli went viral. So, Brenda, you were the first person I think to send me.
At like 5:40 in the morning.
Like, I swear I looked at my phone. It was like not even 5 o'clock. And I was like, okay, so it has hit the media. I gave a statement. That statement went viral. But I gave a statement on the fact that Chilli is happily in a relationship, and she is like a sister to me. We've been working together for almost 20 years. And I just believe that it's a great example that love is out there for everybody. Of course, she's like one of the most beautiful women in the world and an icon, but still, love makes us happy at whatever point we are. Chilli had a show on VH1 years ago titled "What Chilli Wants."
What Chilli Wants.
People really got a chance to see. Yes. So, what did you think when you saw the news? Like I said, it was everywhere today. Chilli is in a relationship with actor Matthew Lawrence, and I'm super happy for them. That was one of the articles. You guys may or may not have seen this online. Brenda, what were your thoughts when you saw the two of them together?
Well, I had reached out to you a while ago when the news hit that they were chilling together in Hawaii. And I had a conversation with you then, and I'm like, what's up? And you would not spill any tea then. I would say that you are a great personal friend and publicist, and you did your job very well. Yeah. But I actually think that it's very cute. First and foremost, I'm happy for Chilli. I think that, she did not waver on her list. Right. She did not lower her standards. It did not matter how long it took her to find, the Prince Charming to come into her life. I'm a fan of Matthew Lawrence. I grew up on Boy Meets World. Fan of him and his brother. I know that he also went through some hardship as of late. He went through a divorce or is going through a divorce with Cheryl Burke. And from what I know, that's not something that he necessarily wanted. Cheryl initiated it. So I'm happy that he was able to find love, with our old Chilli from TLC, and he's down with the swirl. So welcome to the cookout, Matthew.
I love that. Welcome to the cookout. And what's interesting is a lot of women of color were like, "Oh, he's cute. We like Matthew." So I was like, "Okay, Matthew is."
I mean, he's familiar to us, though.
Yeah. I remember him. He was actually in Mrs. Doubtfire as a little kid.
Where I know him from too, the brother. yes. The one and only forgotten son in the movie.
Yes, I had a crush on Joey Lawrence. So I think that's how I got to know the Lawrence brothers. Of course, most people had a crush on Joey Lawrence back in the day. But I just wanted to share with you guys, again, this channel, I do it because I really do believe that there is love for all of us, and seeing her so happy and him, he's just a really good person. And I think that trumps all celebrity and where you are, but it's awesome. I always would tell her that she needed to be with another celebrity. I just feel like you need to be equally yoked, and she needed to be with someone that understood her lifestyle. And so I'm happy to see her happy. So with that being said, we got to get into this season of Married at First Sight Nashville. You guys, make sure if you can hear us fine before we get into this recap, put an XO in the chat for Christal XO so we will know that you're there. Make sure that you're chiming in, because as always, we want to hear your feedback. This is when we give our predictions for the entire season. Did you get a chance to watch like the predictions with Kevin Frazier?
Yes, and all of the people from Variety and Essence Magazine and all that jazz.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Before we talk about the current cast, I want to know, what did you think of, because we saw a cameo. We had Stasha and also Alexis. So what were your thoughts on Stasha acknowledging that, yes, she and Nate are no longer together? They are in the process of getting a divorce.
I was not surprised by that revelation. First of all, at the reunion, they put on a brave face. However, they were arguing about whatever. He was saying that basically homegirl was never satisfied. Nothing that he felt like nothing that he did was ever up to par. She was saying that he lacked emotional substance.
Yes.
And that he was kind of dragging his feet on plans to move in together. Now, I can actually understand. I wasn't like a huge fan of them as a couple, but I can actually understand from a man's perspective why he wouldn't necessarily want to move into, a woman's already established home. And there was like really no plan on her end to kind of compromise on that. She said that she was going back and forth between her place and his place to give him time, but there was never for her to be like, I think she's like a real estate agent or something. There was never like, okay, let's get a shared home.
Right.
But at the same time, I also think that Nate is full of it. So I never thought that was going to work. He lacked substance.
Yeah.
Lacked emotional substance. And to me, she kind of like had to stick up her ass. So
yeah, no, I agree with you 100%. I think we talked about them last season, and I was like, there's no way this is going to work. I feel like she is, and I know that she definitely is someone that works in real estate. I think she flips houses. I think she's higher than a real estate agent as far as like how she moves in the business. She actually like buys houses and renovates them and flips them. If you watch her Instagram, she does a lot of home renovation and restoration. And using her own money to flip, like she's done really well. She's also somebody that has no problem sharing that, right? Saying, this is what I do. I have this, I have that, I have that. That was an issue the entire season, in my opinion. Again, we're talking about, I'm doing a lot of conversations on alpha females, and Stasha to me was a typical alpha female, very career driven, very ambitious, and also very likely to lead with that. Right. We saw her kind of show a sexual side, but I think sometimes women confuse a sexual side with a softer side. But I also think that she couldn't kind of soften up and be more, be in her feminine energy, because I don't feel like she ever trusted Nate to actually like pick up and like move them forward. I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't trust Nate either. He just seemed like he wasn't really mature enough for her. I feel like she would have done better with an older guy. I just never really, and I feel like some of the couples, because they are perfectionists or that type A personality, they're going to try to stay together for the reunion. I mean, and then afterwards.
Yeah, I agree. And I feel like there's also something like in their contract sort of that makes them have to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they all break up after.
They do. Now there are a few that don't. I love Armani and
Woody. Yeah. Deanna and Greg.
Yeah, they have a baby. They have a little baby too.
Yeah. Brianna and Vincent. It's always like one from the season or every other season.
Yes. I'm telling you guys right now, I'm only giving one. I'm one out of 4.
5.
before this season.
It's
but we're
fine.
gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. Make sure that you leave that XO. Thank you so much, Kevin, for leaving that XO. Leave that XO in the comments if you can hear us. Also, make sure that you chime in on your thoughts. I'm gonna get into the first couple because I feel like we're gonna go here first because I feel like there is.
You and I never talked about the order of this, and they were the first on my list.
Oh my God, please! But I feel like the Sasha and Nate is going to be replicated here with Jasmine and Airris. Let's get into it. Let's talk about Airris first. Let me see here. I have him. Let's talk about Airris. So it says reformed and ready, 39 years old, looking forward to being a father. What is your take on Airris, Brenda?
Well, once Dr. Pepper showed up and we found out that he's 39 and his mother does all of his laundry, he was already a no for me.
Yeah.
But I think that the whole, reformed playboy, I think that because he's 39, I feel like men like him, once they get to like that 39, 40 threshold, they feel like they don't have another choice but to go ahead and slow down. It's not necessarily something that they want to do, especially because he's admitted that I put women through S knowingly or unbeknownst to me. And it's like, no, sir, you know what you did and did not do. So I think that he's just an example of one, kind of like a Ray J.
Oh.
Okay, like I've had enough. Like let me go ahead and find, a beautiful woman on my arm because he said he's ready to be a father, to go ahead, get married, have my kids. But he's not ready to commit to one person.
No.
That's just clear in the way in which he spoke about his past relationships, the way in which he views relationships, what he's seeking in a woman. I didn't necessarily feel as if anything that he was seeking was of value or substance. He wanted someone that he could show off for. He's like, if she works in a cubicle in an office, her coworkers are going to be jealous. How?
Yeah, I thought that was extremely immature, and again, an example of somebody liking the idea
of marriage,
but not the reality. Like the fact that you're trying to make her coworkers jealous of a woman you haven't even met yet is problematic. That means that you want attention and you want to do something for the attention as opposed to just making the person happy. I agree with everything. I feel like when I watched him, I just, he's 39, but age is not indicative of maturity. I don't think that Airris is ready at all. Obviously, with his mother folding his clothes, but even beyond that, he doesn't seem like he's grown up on his own to where he's independent, to where he would be able to lead a relationship or even be a equal partner in an adult relationship.
Yeah, I think he puts on airs too. Like there was a scene where he was in the park meditating. It gave very much like Omarion and unbothered, and like you're one with nature and you're doing all this work, and it's like, but you're really trash deep down inside. So I don't see it for him. I feel like we've seen this character on this show and on other shows multiple times. I don't think that he's necessarily a bad guy. It's just that I think that's for a lot of men, like I said, when they get to like the 39, 40 threshold and they realize, oh, I done treated some women so badly. Like, let me go ahead and, try to be a husband. But it's okay to be a bachelor all your life if that's really who you are, because all you're going to do is just waste someone's time and hurt them in the process.
Agreed. That's facts right there. That was a really good statement, because I think on both sides, if you're not ready, it's okay not to be in a relationship, not to be married. It's okay not to have children. If you have to do what feels right for you and not other people, because like you said, you'll just end up hurting people. Let's go on to his bride.
He's with Jasmine.
Oh no, yeah, Jasmine. My bad. So Jasmine is with Airris. So Jasmine is 31. She is sugar and spice and everything nice. She is
very much bring it on.
Yes. Cheerleading coach, a beauty queen. Did you see the crowns all over?
Yeah, like the bedazzled Louboutins and everything. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you guys know I am a cheerleader girl at heart. I was a cheerleader. I love the sport. I love everything feminine, but I feel like so. Dr. Pepper asked her
if she was high maintenance.
Do you think this may be a little bit much for a guy? Because there's like a shrine to your beauty pageant titles and all that. And she's like, no, I don't like to get dressed up. I don't believe that. I think she always likes to be that girl. And that's fine. I think that needs a very specific type of guy.
Yeah. I don't get high maintenance from her though. I think that there's a difference between like a girl who likes to, present herself in the best way and then someone who's high maintenance. High maintenance is Mirla from
Lord,
yeah, Texas. I just get that she's like, because we're in Nashville, so I just get like kind of like Southern Belle-ish type of thing. She grew up in pageants, she was a cheerleader. That's like a very like Southern woman like background from the Southern women that I know. And I also I feel like this is a poor match because he's newly reformed allegedly. And she's dealt with playboys, I guess.
Yeah,
I can't really recall like what she was looking for in a man, but they both kind of do have similar wants. It's like not trophies, but she wants to be a cheerleader for her man, and he wants to be someone who cheers someone on. So to me, they have like very superficial ideologies on what a relationship looks like. It goes back to that phrase, lack substance.
So I do, and I think when people, it's funny because you would think that two people like that would do really well together, but a lot of times both people want the attention and both people are used to getting the attention, and that creates conflict. I think they labeled her Miss Great Expectations. And even with him having the expectation of being like this guy that all my girlfriend's friends are jealous of, like it suggests that we're all focused on things that aren't necessarily important to marriage. If they would probably be better on a dating show. I don't think either of them is really ready for marriage. I think this, I don't think so. I don't give this couple I don't have any hope for them because I feel like they're both going to be used to he's used to having his mother fold his clothes. She's
old. It's wash and like dry.
And return, right?
Yeah, like she comes with the laundry bag. Probably not even home. Mom has the key, obviously. And comes in and gets his clothes. He probably makes his meals, and
that's what I'm thinking. Like she probably cooks for him because he just seems like he's comfortable being catered to, and she seems like she's used to being catered to as well.
Yeah, and that's gonna clash.
That's not gonna work. And I just, like I said, I think if this was a dating show, they would probably have a date that was interesting because both of them are going to want that. But I just don't see this being something that is going to last. So I'm going to give this a no. Brenda has given this a no. Let us know what you guys think. We are recapping the MAFS special. We're in Nashville, which is a little different. I like the fact that they're mixing it up and they're in cities that aren't necessarily like, please go away from Atlanta. Please go away from Miami. Like
Atlanta, New York, LA, like all
like do something different. I like it. I like it a lot. I think this is definitely going to be different than last season, but this couple, like I said, I think they're going to have some of the Stasha and Nate vibes. Last thing on them, you know how we never really understood what Nate did? He never really was like, he didn't seem to have a real like hustler. Right. Like a day trader. I have bad experience with day trader. I don't think that's a real job, but yeah, I think, I don't think that Airris is going to have that issue, but I do think that we're going to see, they're just not, he's definitely not ready for a wife, definitely not ready to be a husband. And I don't think she has a clear understanding of that because really having a huge trophy case of I don't know. We'll see. Not hating. Just let us know what you think in the comments. Please give us your feedback as we move through the couples.
Well, I sip on my mocktail, you know.
Oh yeah. Oh, you know what? And I didn't even get one this time. I'll definitely have to have one.
You can always run downstairs and grab one.
I need to because we got this again. I only see one possibility, so I'm at one. I'm not even at a possible.
I'm only at one, and we'll get to them.
Yeah, we're at one. We're at one. So let's move on. Let's go right here. Let's go to Nicole and Chris. Now, interestingly enough, on the show with Kevin Frazier, where they do the predictions, they had Kevin. Mark the Shark from last season. They had him on to kind of give some perspective on Nicole and Chris. I feel like they did this because they knew that Nicole was a little like Mark's ex.
Lindsay. I literally wrote down it is giving very much Mark and Lindsay. And when Dr. Pepper and Pastor Kyle sat down to like match the couples, and he said, you know, he's been walked all over before, but he's learned from his mistakes. No, he hasn't. He is very mild and meek and calm, and you know, will cater to his woman and will like really let his wife like run the show, which I don't necessarily think is a bad thing, but he's clearly going to be taken advantage of. It's not like he's just being a man, letting his woman be a woman and like letting her be extra. Like, no, this girl is a lot.
This girl. Well, okay, let me go back. Let me go back to Nicole. All right. So Nicole is 32 years old, born and raised in Queens, New York. It says serving the sass. Nicole talks a lot. In fact, in the meetup with Pastor Cal, she talked so much. I did not see them picking her for the show. I was like, she's probably that's not gonna work. But I was surprised, and I said, you know what? They're just doing this because they want good TV. They want good TV. They know that this girl, it is another Lindsay and Mark. Like and God bless Lindsay and God bless Nicole, but she's a lot. And when you pair, I understand the idea of like a girl that's a lot needing a guy that's comfortable in his skin but it also
you understand opposites attract. You understand that. This is like fire and ice. Like these are this is combustible. Like this will explode. And I hate when they do this. This is the extreme example of that. I hate when they do this. It's not only Lindsay and Mark. Remember that season with Henry and Henry.
Oh my God. Yes. Bless his heart. Bless his heart.
Yes. This is the same damn thing.
And this is the thing. I don't know why they do that, because what happens is in Henry's case, and even in Mark's case, I feel like they go through mental issues,
abuse,
because they are not confrontational, and they end up just being dumped on the entire time. It's not good. I guess it's probably entertaining to people, but I mean, Mark sounded like he had to go through like therapy, just about, you know.
Mark was crying like every other episode. Every time they brought in one of the professionals, he would just break down and cry. He'd be like, I'm like scared of her. She reminds me of my mom. How my mom used to talk about my dad. How my mom used to talk to my dad. And I'm like, this is too much.
I'm not laughing at the situation. It's just extreme. Why would they put somebody and Lindsay was just, you know, you guys remember there's a Disney show. I can't remember which movie it is. It might have been like Finding Nemo. No, but it came from another one. There's this little girl and she just goes and grabs the pet. And she's like, I just want to love you and squeak. And she's just loving it. And the animal is like about to die. I feel like that was Lindsay, because she's like, come on. And she's like just trying so hard to love Mark, but she's like bruising him and like making him cry. And I feel like the same thing is going to happen.
Because what happens with like the outlandish personality is that they get frustrated.
Right.
Very easily, because they're like, why are you not responding? Why are you not talking? Why are you so quiet? They don't know how to like, they don't. I feel like they kind of lack. I feel like they kind of lack empathy a little bit.
I think it's part of that personality because as we saw with Lindsay, she was hurt. Like she really was, her feelings were hurt. She was offended, and that made her lash out. This girl, Nicole, serving the sass. She's from New York. We know New Yorkers are very forward. Where is Chris from? It doesn't say, but if anybody knows where Chris is from, drop it in the chat. Yeah, I don't think that it's going to work out, and I think this is another situation where they've set somebody up for failure. I
agree.
Early on.
I can't find where he's from either. It doesn't say, and like the people.
Yeah, but I think the fact they include that she was born and raised in Queens, New York is
I think that was intentional.
Exactly. Is that absolutely. All right. Well, let's move on. If you're just joining us, we are recapping the couples, the introduction of the couples for Married at First Sight on Lifetime. This is your girl Christal XO, and I'm excited to be back with you guys for 2023. Hope you had an amazing new year, and of course joined by my girl, the one and only Brenda Alexander, an amazing journalist. We like to blog and talk shit a little bit in our off time. So that's what we're doing tonight. I'm going to move to another couple that I think, again, is a huge, nope. We just did Nicole and Chris. A huge mistake. Mistake. Dominique and McKinley. Now, again, this reminds me of Eric and Virginia.
Yes, because she's a child. Like
Here we go.
Not only is she a child, so she's 25 years old, which there are some people who get married that young. It's not an issue. But she's been in a relationship since she was like 20, and then her mom signed her up.
Her mom, that part. Her mom signed her up. She's very close with her mom. I don't understand.
Which is intrusive. Like if your mom is signing you up for the show, and when they break the news that you're engaged, you're with your mom. Like they include your mom in their process. This is not going.
Yeah, you guys. I mean, now let me say this. I think that she's a sweetheart, right? But I don't think that, and you're right. There are some people. I'm trying to find where if I pull McKinley's picture, there are some people that are actually mature at this age. I just don't think that she is that person. She seems sweet, but she also seems like she's figuring it out. That's what 25-year-olds are supposed to do. There's also, so McKinley, I believe he's in his early 30s because he's actually not that much older than she is. But he is older. He is older than he is. I think he's older than she is maturity wise. So I'm trying to find his age because I cannot find Dominique's age. I mean McKinley's age. Basically, he's older. He's in his early 30s, but she's not ready to be a wife. I also, like I said, I think there may be some cultural differences. She's biracial. Her mom, I believe, is African American.
Her stepfather is white. He's 33, by the way.
33. I knew he was in his early 30s because that's not really, the 8 years is not a huge gap, but what makes it a huge gap is the timing, right? So if it was like 30 and 38, I would be like, maybe, or even like 32 and 40, but even further beyond that. But 25,
I feel like he's going to be like the dominant one in the relationship and the one that's like, and when I say dominant, I mean like sort of like a father.
Yeah. They tried to make us think Eric and Virginia were going to make it, and it was so clear they were not. Now Dominique doesn't seem as like,
not like a party girl like Virginia,
right? And well, did you see the clips of the bachelorette party?
Oh, okay. But don't you get a pass for your bachelorette?
I mean, that's what old girl said from Essence. But this is the thing. I feel like, and if you guys notice, there's a little bit of a tip to what happens at the weddings tomorrow. Well, on Wednesday, which is tomorrow. And there's some drama with them too. Yes, you get a pass for your bachelorette party, but it's interesting to see. You got to remember, this is not just a regular bachelorette party. This is a bachelorette party with you and some strangers and cameras. So if you feel comfortable with cameras there, doing all this with I imagine
for Jerry beads.
Imagine how you would feel comfortable the cameras weren't there.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not saying to go buck wild and like do something that you'll regret, but I'm saying like if you get a little too tipsy or whatever, or dance on the table, twerk a little bit. I don't see anything wrong with that.
No, I don't.
We have to wait and see, how far she takes it.
Well, you can see from the other cast, and of course, editing is superb, but everybody looked a little. Nobody else had a dude's face in motorboating.
What is that called? Motorboating?
It's motorboating. Nobody else is doing that, but I think, again, if you're 25,
that's what you do.
That's what you do. So, but I gotta say, this couple, I really wish people would not be afraid to say no. And also, as much as we hate seeing people leave, I wish they would get out earlier, because I think when people stay, it's difficult on their own mental to see it afterwards, and even going through it. Like when you stay with someone like Mark did with Lindsay, like it only got worse.
Juwan and Katina. Run.
She tried. She's one of them people where I felt like she was trying. She was trying with all her heart, might, and soul. Hey, Tiffany. She was trying so hard to make it through. But at the end of the day, baby girl, we knew this man, he just wasn't ready to be married. He was not. He was trying. He just was not ready to be married. But Dominique and McKinley, I have no, I think this is going to go wrong really quickly. I don't see it lasting probably to mid-season. I do not.
Yeah, in the previews, it does say that one couple it's like one of the earliest exits, right? For one of the couples. Yeah. And we know that was it last season? No, the season before that, Boston, with Alyssa and I can't even remember that poor man's name, but they didn't make it past the honeymoon, and it was only because he ended it. She would have kept playing the game, so
that she didn't want to be in scenes with him, though. That's the crazy.
I'm saying she wanted to stay on the show. She wanted to stay on the show.
She just did not want to be in.
That was like the quickest exit, but
this will maybe be quicker. You're right, because we knew at the wedding that she did not like him. She was she was repulsed.
Yeah, she wasn't attracted to him.
No, but like she wasn't even, it was clear that she wasn't even open
to the idea.
I
was disgusted by her. She was mean.
Yeah. And she came back and did the same, almost had like an identical experience with a guy that she picked, and she ended up, she's the problem. He handled himself really well, but I do think if it's not working, just get out. Stop trying to pull stuff through, because it does you more damage than it does good.
Yeah, Tiffany said, but she was really nice though. Her favorite line was, "I'm a good person.
I'm a good person." But
there were no tears.
But we're watching you talk crazy about this man that's done nothing to you. All he did was have teeth that weren't perfect.
Even her mom had to tell her over FaceTime, like, Alyssa, you're I promise you're gonna look bad in this situation. She never realized when she was mic'd, or like when she thought she was off camera. Everything is filmed.
She didn't. But I mean, I also think that she's a lot like, a lot of women. Like, she had an idea in her head of what she felt like she deserved and what she should get. And because he did not look like that, she literally built a case in her head to dislike him and say he was a bad person. Like, it was horrible.
She had an adult temper tantrum. She kept saying that she was robbed of her experience. Like, girl,
I hated that season because of them. It to me,
Chris, that's his name. Chris and Alyssa.
Chris and Alyssa. Yeah, it tainted the season because I felt like, well, I'm glad that he stood up for himself, but seeing someone treated like that, I feel like was bad. And I wish they would do a better job of like vetting people that aren't prepared for the process, because that's got to be embarrassing and humiliating, on the show. All right.
I get that they can't catch everybody, but I feel like the experts don't intervene in the manner in which they should.
No. But I'm really hoping that this season with Devon Franklin, we see he's going to be a regular this season along with Dr. Pia. I'm hoping there's going to be some real life advice and real communication, because that's one thing I appreciated about him, that he actually came in and said, okay, the stuff that everybody in the audience is like, Dr. Pepper and Pastor Cal just be looking over the mountains. Well, I think it could work. And I'm like,
this is what marriage is. No, it's not. It should not. They should not be abused.
No. Pastor Cal would be like, well, you know what? I hope you're committed to the process. No, no, absolutely not. Pastor Cal is a great guy who you see when you're with someone that you are in a relationship with that is working, but you got to get out if someone is hurting you. Speaking of got to get out if someone is hurting you, I think this is another couple that is headed for disaster, Kirsten and Shaquille. Now, we talked about Shaquille. He is it says devout workaholic. He's also very religious. He is 31 years old, looking for authentic love. Now, he also is, I think, the admissions coordinator
for like Tennessee State,
which, and he mentioned needing a woman or wanting a wife to be able to take to all these functions. Him having a position like that at an HBCU, kudos to him.
That's really it. He has great bow ties that he makes himself. He
sews the bow ties. Guys, I don't think this is going to work. There are a number of reasons. There are a number of reasons. I think that Kirsten is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, drop dead gorgeous. Jesus Christ. This lady is, this is Miss Great Expectations, 32 years old. Absolutely gorgeous. I
think that the only thing that they have in common is their shared faith, and I know that a lot of times when couples share, like when they have shared faith, you know, extreme Christianity or they're devout Christians, that's what keeps them together, and they overlook, specifically the women, they overlook a lot of things, and she's willing to be submissive. She wants to be like, not a trophy wife, but she wants to be a devoted wife.
Yeah.
And that's what he wants. He's, like you said, he specifically said he wants a wife that can make him look good in a room. So
yeah. Hey Tiffany, hey Miss Boss, Lady Lynch, welcome you guys and Happy New Year. I think I have a problem, and this could just be me, with people that are automatically looking at what that relationship can offer them from a status perspective. And him saying that he wanted a woman to go with him to these things. I am, I consider myself a Christian as well, but a lot of times when people religion is such a huge part of what they lead with, it also sometimes can be because they're hiding other things, and they're trying to either erase a past or not deal with something, and they're using religion as their hook. And so I'm not sure that this is the relationship that Shaquille is looking for. I just don't know if this is it. Kevin says it won't work because you're going to leave for the next beautiful young arm candy. Possibly. Now this, Kirsten is absolutely gorgeous. And that's what Dr. Pepper said. I think when he sees her, he's gonna feel like he wants.
He's definitely gonna be happy when he sees her. Thank you, Tiffany. Yes, they manipulate you and use the word of God to back it up. They use religion for their convenience. They use the scripture for their convenience to make it align with the life that they want versus what it's actually meant for. So
no, I don't. Again, I'm gonna just say I don't think this is really what Shaquille wants. I think that this is an opportunity. Hey, Marriott, thank you so much for coming. Happy New Year. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. So far, we have gone through Dominique and McKinley. We have given them a no. Obviously, Shaquille and Kirsten, we have given them a no. Definitely Jasmine and Airris, we have given them a no as well. Nicole and Chris, we've given them a no. Let us know if you guys disagree, if you think that one of these couples has a potential. Out of these couples, I don't see any that I actually even believe have any amount of potential. I will say I've been surprised before that certain people did click. I was surprised that Stasha and Nate made it as far as they did. But the only reason I feel like they did was because Stasha,
they care about image.
It's about image, and she did not want to admit defeat. I think she was attracted to Nate in a way, but I don't think she would have picked him out of this show.
Neither do I.
No. Diana says, I'm getting the vibe that Shaquille is looking for a Chris versus a Kristen. I think that is what a lot of us are feeling. And I don't want to, I'm not being unkind. I just think that
I'm not being unkind.
I'm not being unkind. I just, there's nothing wrong with that. If that's what he wants, I just don't think this is it. This is not necessarily what he wants, but he got a drop dead gorgeous woman. So we'll see. We will see. But let us know what you guys think about those couples. There's one couple left, and this is my
hope.
This is my only hope. And it's so crazy that we did not talk about this, but we both have the same hope, which is Gina and Clint.
First of all, I love a white man that looks like this. Okay? It just gives like,
I second that.
It just gives like down home.
Yeah.
Like husband, devoted husband.
Yeah.
Established but chill.
Yeah.
Like, he sells. That equates to wealth.
He is also a pilot. Yes.
Yes. But he's not boastful about, he's like, no, I would love to sail with my wife. I would love to go on adventures, if whatever she wants to do, if she wants to work, I support that. He's looking for like a life partner, which I love and appreciate.
I love it. Now Gina, and he's 40, which I think is a little bit closer. It's just a little bit more age appropriate for a man that is settled. I think he's settled. I think he knows what he wants. He's at a place in his life. He's accomplished. He doesn't, where he knows what he wants. Now, he did say that he wants someone that is naturally pretty. I think Gina is very pretty. She is, it says 35, spontaneous, styling, and slang.
Yeah, he doesn't give outdoorsy though, is what, like he said that he wants someone that he can do outdoorsy activities with. Yeah. She doesn't give that, but I also don't think that she would be opposed to it. I think she'll try and she won't complain.
Yeah. I don't know. That was my only hiccup with this couple. Mm-hmm. You guys, not anywhere near as like Mitch. I'm not saying that at all. But Mitch had an issue with wanting a woman that would be ready to go to the beach. And I kind of feel like Mitch wanted like that commercial of the supermodel that just wakes up like this. She's just
wakes up flawless. Yeah.
Cascades of brunette hair behind her. I kind of feel like that's what Clint wants. Somebody that is not going to be preoccupied with putting on makeup and doing all those things. Now,
I think the same thing, but I don't, like you said, I don't think it's to the extreme as Mitch. I think it's more like if he's like, let's go camping, that she'll like die. That's what I'm getting. Like she's like, no, I can't do it. Like I can't pee in a bush. Like I think he doesn't want that. Like someone who's not adaptable.
Yeah. I think they look great together. I think they look really good. They look like a country music ad.
They do look. I've been trying to figure out like what vibes I get from them, and it definitely gives Nashville country music. Like she sings and he plays the guitar.
Yeah, they belong on Yellowstone. I'm a huge So Diana said, I don't think they'll vibe. She's not going to like him. I think guys, out of everybody, I feel like this is the only couple. I also feel like this is the most mature couple, right? So they are the older couple that
I think they're the most compatible too, though.
I do too. I really do. I feel like they understand what they're getting into. Everybody else, I feel like they're looking at it and they have no clue.
Yeah, like on paper, they're perfect.
Yeah, And I think they're attractive.
Yeah.
I think that she will find him attractive. I mean, he's 40. So, you know, he looks good to be that age. He's not a bad looking guy. And I think that she's a beautiful, you know, she's a beautiful woman. I don't know how she's going to adapt to sailing and all that. And he may be, Tiffany said it could be that he could be gone a lot. That could be, but
but that might work for her though, because of her work. Like she's a salon owner, and she literally said that the reason her relationships didn't work was because they didn't understand her lifestyle. Yeah. He's a pilot. He also sails. So yeah, you know, that fits into her life. She owns a salon. She's managing people all day. Her salon is probably open 6 out of 7 days a week. Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, she probably has like personal clients that she'll do outside of the salon, or maybe she might want to open another shop. So, and she's not going to slow down. She said that she needs someone who will like fit into what she's doing, and she'll be adaptable as well. So I think that, like I said, on paper, they're great. Yeah. Somebody needs to win in this season, and I hope that it's them,
or at least get through the middle. Like there's some couples that you can tell from the jump. If it's hard in the second week, you're going to be fighting the whole six weeks, and it's not going to be worth it. I think 6 or 8. I think it may be 8, because I know like 6 weeks. Then they go into like the week before decision day or whatever. So maybe 6 to 8 weeks. If you're fighting from consistently, like we've seen a lot of couples do, I don't think that's healthy, and I think you should get out. I think you have to have an understanding that this is not going to be easy. I'm not going to meet my perfect 10 at the end of the aisle, and I'm not going to be their perfect 10, but I'm willing. If it's no attraction, we can guess there will be problems. I agree. I think attraction is key, especially when it comes to the guy. I say this all the time, the man has to be attracted to the woman or it won't work.
Yeah, we can be attracted. Women can be attracted to you just based off of your personality, you know, your character traits.
It can't be too bad though. It can't be like a repulsion. Like even if Alyssa,
I don't want Flavor Flav, no, but
right. I mean, I think with Alyssa, I think if she wasn't attracted to Chris, if she was a kind person and took that would have been different. Saying I'm not attracted to him is one thing, but saying, look, that's totally different. So I feel like if you're not repulsed by him, if he maybe just isn't your type, then that's fine. But if you're repulsed by him, it's not going to work. And a man has to be head over heels, think she's drop dead gorgeous, or that's not going to work.
Yeah, because they're, you know, we're different species.
We're very different species. So I was asked, did I think, Ray Day asked, was I surprised that Keith and Christine are still married?
Who's Keith and Christine? Did I miss that season?
I know. I'm trying to think of who that is from what season. Can you let me know, Ray Day, because I don't remember a Christine and a Keith.
Neither do I. I remember a Keith and an Iris.
And that did not. No. I thought of Keith and Iris, and I was like that because they didn't even no. And
I only saw the last Boston season. That was the one with Mark the Shark and Lindsay and Elijah Wan and Katina and Jasmina, and
I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna look it up because I've watched every season. And let me see. Let me look this up and see. I am surprised about, there was one couple and I cannot remember the girls. Okay, Married at First Sight.
I was surprised about Beth, and I can't think of her husband's name, but it was the same season with Deanna and Greg.
The Beth and Jamie. I was surprised at
together.
Yes. I don't even see Keith and Christine. Oh, yes, they're cute. Oh, okay, yes. I see.
Oh, was that the Philly couple?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not surprised that they're still together. Because she was a sweetheart and he was kind of like an introvert. They actually like were during COVID. They were the couple during COVID because they went to see his grandmother. I'm not surprised they're still married. Also, AJ and Stephanie from that season are still married, I believe. I'm looking at this. Yeah, that was 3.5 years because that was, I remember they were during COVID. AJ and Stephanie, they kind of had that, they were kind of cool. You know, they didn't have any major issues. They both knew what they wanted. So I liked them and I thought they were cute. Christine and Keith were cute. They're very cute. And I'm glad they're still together. Yeah, I think there are a few couples that are still together. They were really cute. I wish I could put a picture of them up, but it'd probably take me too long to add it. Hold on, I think I may be able to get it up here. Keith and Christine. Anybody else that you guys really are excited about, or the couples that you're excited about? I want to see Vincent and what's the girl's name?
Vincent and Brianna. Yeah, they're having a baby.
They're having a baby. I want to see their baby. I'm excited for them. I thought they were super cute.
It's definitely looking like Miles and Karen are done from New Orleans.
I was wondering about that because they were
Instagram tells all.
They were the couple that was Miles and Woody are like cousins, right?
Best friends, so they're like best friends. Yeah.
Okay. I thought they were actually family. Yeah. So I think that, hold on, I'm going to put, I'm trying to put Keith and Christine in the chat so people can see. If you don't know who that is, yeah, we can see them. They were cute. They were young and I wasn't sure, but this is the two of them. They're cute. Yeah.
And they had a few of the specials too.
Yeah, they did.
The after shows.
That on the after shows, they were super cute. Super cute. And I'm glad they're together. Honestly, like getting together during COVID could have been a good thing. Like, they got a chance to really get to know each other and both of them were committed to it. So I'm not surprised that they're still together. Miles and Karen, they were on thin ice because I don't feel like Karen really liked Miles.
I agree. I didn't think she liked him. She said from the beginning she had found him to be from his Instagram page. Remember, she stumbled across his social media and she was like, he's just like all in his feelings, so emotional. Like she almost ran. She was about to be a runaway bride. She did not want to marry him.
Yeah, I remember that. And I think a lot of times your first instinct, that impulse, if it's that strong, a lot of times it ends up being the thing to do. So those are our predictions. I can't wait to see tomorrow's episode and see exactly what the big hiccup is. Obviously, we believe it has something to do with Dominique and McKinley, because at least that's what it looked like. When she was kind of going out of the room with her wedding dress on, it looked like there were issues. But yeah, McKinley, he's 33, hopeless romantic, introverted dreamer. I don't think he's ready for the 25-year-old. Nah, they were in COVID, Juby, because I remember his grandmother, they had to put masks on. That was the first season when COVID came out and they had to put masks on to go see his grandmother. They didn't get a chance to see that entire season. Everybody was like either stranded together and a lot of them actually got to know each other better, or it went bad. And I remember that scene where they went to go see his grandmother and I thought it was super cute. But all right, well, Brenda, I appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. We have to do this again. We're going to be coming back all season, just letting you guys know what we think. And I love you, Brenda, because you are honest. And a lot of times people come on and they're not honest.
Why, thank you, Christal. I try.
It's the journalist in you.
I was about to say, it's our job.
Yes, but there are a lot of people that are in the journalism seat and are not 100% honest. What are you most looking forward in television this season? Like I said, I'm doing Ready to Love. Also, I don't know if you've seen the previews for OWN's new special, All the Single Ladies.
Yeah, I saw that.
I think that's going to make for interesting conversation because a lot of these women are sharing their stories and their stories do not make sense, or their stories show all these red flags. And I think as women, we have to get to the point where we are paying attention to the red flags. So we're going to do every week is point out the red flags. Like, sis, as soon as you saw that, no ma'am. Like, it's just you have to learn to point out the red flags. And I don't
really know what I'm looking forward to this season, because I feel like, we consume so much.
Yeah.
So some of it kind of like runs into each other and it becomes redundant. And it's like, even though it's different casts, it's the same type of character that's casted. Yeah. I'm always into MAFS. I'm always into Potomac. I'm looking forward to Atlanta coming back. Repertoires of Atlanta, as far as like reality TV is concerned. As far as scripted, the Power Book 2.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the BMF. Now, I got to tell you, I'm interested to see, because Love and Marriage DC brought in Clifton and Joy.
Yes, when Monique and Chris exited.
Yeah. Right. That they're going to be interested, and Profound Thinking just mentioned that. Yes, we're going to be doing recaps on Love and Marriage DC, because I'm looking forward to seeing how the Ready to Love couple segues, and because that's what all the Ready to Love couples want. They all want to be on a show. They all want to be, have shine after they get off Ready to Love. Every single Ready to Love couple, I swear. Swayze and what's the girl's name from Ready to Love this season? They are posting Instagram posts every other day. Everybody's looking to get on a show. So
I wasn't a fan of Love and Marriage DC, but first season can always be like a little tough. Yeah. So I thought I would give it another try. I just wasn't here for the cast. Like, I'm not a fan of the Silvas. I'm not a fan of, what are they? The Taylors, the Tylers.
Yeah, the Tylers.
Winter is cool, but yeah. Then then the new couple. Yeah, and I mean, we could, they'll shake it up. So we'll see.
We'll see. It'll be interesting, because I feel like the show was kind of created around Monique and Chris.
Yeah, she was the central, like, she was the glue to the.
She was the glue. So it's interesting to see them taking being okay with the glue removing itself, and I don't know what couple is going to kind of segue into that space. Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm going to do a recap on this reunion. Hey. Yeah, and it was.
I've been tired of Huntsville for 2 seasons now. So
and now we got Sheree and Martell showed up at Sheree's. Yeah. So guys, there's a lot coming. Last thing I want to do is shout out. I had one of my viewers got a chance to go to the Mary J. Blige concert with me on New Year's Eve. It was awesome. Yeah. So you guys, we'll definitely be doing more giveaways. We're going to be doing more concert giveaways. Some beauty products that we have online. So make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you are getting notifications that you can tune in, because we're going to be having these conversations and doing giveaways the entire season. Again, Happy New Year to everyone. I'm believing that 2023 is going to be an amazing year for all of us. Brenda, I know it's going to be an amazing year for you. I can't wait to see you again. Hopefully we'll get another Disney trip shortly, so that we can actually like hug each other again and see each other. But until then, we'll be texting and DMing like always. But yeah, it's going to be an amazing year. It's going to be an amazing year. It's like I said, especially for you and for everybody watching. We're going to be talking about how to make ourselves better, how to make ourselves more, closer, getting ourselves closer to the version that we want to become. I'm so happy for my sister Chilli announcing right into the top of the new year that she's found love. And she's so happy. It makes me so happy to see her happy. So on that note, we're going to get out of here. Brenda, again, thank you for joining me. Thank you guys. Yes, this is always fun. Thank you guys for watching, and make sure, like I said, that you're subscribed. Make sure that you share. We are back. I know that it was kind of late notice, but we're back, and we're going to be coming here at least 3 to 4 days a week, sharing what's going on Relationship TV. This has been your host, Christal Jordan. Happy New Year. I love you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.